Welcome to the Keith Noble Show, brought to you by Auto Chicks and The Noble's Financial Network. Look them up on Facebook. Worth your time. Let's talk about why I'm doing these video casts. It's an attempt to influence the conversation, and influence the conversation back to something rational. So it doesn't matter if you don't agree with me. It doesn't even matter if I'm wrong. What matters is that we seek what's true. That's what really matters here. It's not that any one of us have a monopoly on everything. It's that absent rationality, there's no way to arrive at what's true or what's good for anybody, other than a select few who wish to use the fact that things are irrational to their own favor. Now, there's a lot of people out there, I'm sure, who think they're going to use the irrational to their own favor and they will fail. I'll absolutely guarantee you that. The irrational is not your friend. Truth is your friend. Rationality is your friend. Now, we live in a society that's awash in fraud and lies. That's awash in people proclaiming things not true, or more often, giving you part of the information to lead you to believe things, draw conclusions that aren't warranted from all the information. Lies of omission. So, a lie of omission is somebody tells you A, B, and C, and wants you to draw a conclusion from that without telling you D, E, F, etc., which would cause you to draw an entirely different conclusion. And these things are prominent. We see it in the 1619 Project. That's just a great example of something that's just absolutely fraudulent. It adds information that isn't true, and it omits a great deal of information that is true to lead you to draw a conclusion that the purveyors of that information find ideologically convenient. This is really simple. If somebody has to fabricate or omit data to substantiate their point isn't worth holding. It's not worth having that point. Yet somewhere we have forgotten this in the earnestness to be right, the earnestness to be the one with the correct answers. We've thrown rationality aside, we've thrown truth aside, we've thrown anything resembling honor aside. And we're just gullible people at this point. And we're gullible because we want to be right. We don't want to be true. We want to be right. We want to win the argument. We want to not have to say what we've done in the past was a bad thing or an error or a mistake. Last thing we want to do as a society is say the words, "I'm sorry, I was wrong." Yet, here we are, with people saying things that are objectively, indisputably incorrect, and then going to the mats, arguing that it's true. And they're doing this primarily because it's ideologically convenient. That's what it all boils down to. This is what critical theory has brought us. This is what intersectionality has brought us. Are these ideas that truth is an artificial construct, hence my truth is as good as your truth. What a nightmare. No, what a nightmare. What a bad idea. Who in the right mind would buy that? Well, people who think it's to their advantage to create a new reality. Soviet Union bought into this model wholesale. And the Soviet Union, the promise of the Soviet Union, at the end of the day, through Marxism, through everything they did, was that Soviets were arguing they were going to create the new man. Well, Soviets never created the new man. They created people who pretended to be the new man. And if you failed to pretend convincingly enough, or rebelled against that, you got sent to a gulag or lined up against a wall. That's how it works. So the essence here of all these schools of thought came out of the Frankfurt School in Germany in the 19th century. Progressivism, socialism, Marxism, communism, Nazism, fascism. They all come from the same place, and they all work off the same premises. One of those premises is use government force to change the environment, you change people's behavior in a positive way. But they have always changed people's behavior in a negative way, which is why they have racked up over 100 million murders in less than 100 years. Well, you have Pol Pot, we have Castro, Mussolini, Hitler, Stalin, Lenin, Khrushchev. It doesn't work that way. It simply doesn't work that way. But they will continue to argue that they can do this. They cannot. And to argue why they can do this, they omit data. Things like 1619 Project are just such a great example. The 1619 Project added things to American history that never occurred, and they omitted a great deal that did occur to cause you to draw a conclusion that they found ideologically convenient but is unwarranted and untrue. I can't emphasize this enough. So, and again, it goes back to principles. I believe in the principle that all men are created equal with the same natural rights. I believe in the principle that being rational and objective and truthful will lead people to the premise I work off of. Progressivism does not work off of that premise. Progressivism has always bought into the model that you can defraud people, you can lie to people, you can deceive people, because in their mind the end goal of what they want to create is so wonderful, it's all worth it. Well, it wasn't worth it to Hitler. It wasn't worth it to Stalin. It wasn't worth it to Castro or Pol Pot, Mao, Mussolini, any of these other people we go on who came out of the same school of thought. And in fact, we just have an abhorrent education system that can't teach these basic facts. So, why am I doing this show? To return us to some semblance of rational thought and discussion. To do my little part in helping promote that. So if rational, thoughtful conversation seeking what's true interests you, and you would like to perpetuate that and proliferate that, I would ask you to subscribe to the channel. I would ask you to share these with your friends. I would actually ask you to invite your friends to subscribe to the channel. Because if we don't start doing this, nobody can. And it's not a matter of, is the United States at stake, which it is. It's a matter of, is our whole national character at stake? Is this really the people we want to become? People who lie to win? Is that really the society you want to live in? I don't think so. It's not a society I want to live in. So, thank you for tuning in. Please, like it, share it, invite your friends to subscribe. Subscribe yourself if you haven't. And let's turn this around. So, thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.